IT Nation. Sean Lardo here with another episode. Basically, our second to last episode, Dan, of IT Nation Europe. Right?
1 week.
1 week. Yes. And we will do one episode after the event just to give our thoughts and how awesome we did at the event.
We may be broken on that one. Just a forewarning.
It'll be
followed out shells of human beings by that one, I'm afraid, but we'll see.
It'll be a lot slower and more docile of an episode that week. I feel like we'll be a little tired, but yes. So good. Good morning, Dan. How are you today, sir?
Sean, I'm doing good, my friend. How are you? Early morning again, but you doing good?
I mean, I never felt better at when I wake up at 5 a.m. to get ready for my 6 a.m. to see you, and it's you make me feel so good about my day now. Now I can go on with my day.
Most importantly, when are you getting on the plane? When's the flight?
Oh, Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard. So what, 10 o'clock? Oh, wait, we have a time zone. We change our time.
Yeah, we don't. We have it. So it's going to be 4 for a bit. 4 hours.
4 or is it 6? I can't figure out what it is. Okay, so
yeah.
So 5 p.m. I'll be on my flight. I will get there Sunday morning. And I want tea and crumpets because I never had them. I don't know even what they are, but they sound delicious. I know tea is, but yeah, that's what I want to do. So yes.
Excellent.
And it's
then game time.
UK.
Eyes down, look in, here we go.
I haven't been to Europe. I just did the math yesterday. I haven't been to Europe in 22 years.
Excellent. Where were you last time? Germany?
I lived in Germany, but I was all around because, hopped on the train. And I spent a couple of days in London, and it was great for me. It was like one of the best times with, there was a few of us, we just went to a pub and we were actually tired. We were going to go back to our room and then so these guys that were locals, they were like, hey, you're American. Yeah. We love you guys. You guys are crazy. I'm like, okay, now I'll show you we're crazy. And we're just going to go all night. Didn't make any sense, but that was also my 20s. So yeah. Yeah. So we're less than a week away. Literally, we are less than a week away. Yes, and you will be kicking off the entire event for the keynote.
Yeah, absolutely. We are in the rehearsals. We are going through the notes. We're going through the slides. We're bringing it all together. It's exciting. It's really exciting. Kind of get in this place with big events like this where you just kind of want to get started. Your head's now in game time. That's where I am. In my head, I'm wandering around the metropole somewhere. And I'm just like, yeah, come on, let's get going. Let's get started. It's
anything,
very excited.
Anything we should expect?
Well, tell you what, there's one housekeeping notice that I want to tell everybody, because more to the point, I've answered a text message from somebody this morning with it. So I thought if someone's asked me, it's worth sharing a bit further afield. Our hotel room block is with the Metropole is now closed. However, I will consult the text message that I sent to somebody because it has the right phone number in that I'm about to give you. So that the room block is now closed. It closed as of Friday, when our tickets were at a sellout. However, if you give the hotel a call on 0207 442 4141, that's 0207 442 4141. Destinations and phone numbers may vary. Hopefully I've got the right number. But if you give the hotel a call, say it's for the ConnectWise IT Nation Connect Europe event, then they can still help. So I wish everybody success with that one.
That. Yeah. Across the bottom of the screen. For those that didn't hear it, there it is on the bottom of the screen going around. Look at that.
There we go.
Okay, so is there anything aside from the hotel, any excitement pieces or tidbits or any teasers you would like to give right now?
Yeah, there is actually. We have a special guest appearance that we hope is going to be made. It's going to depend on a little bit of international transportation variables that are going to be happening. And that guest is none other than Sean Lardo's hat, ladies and gentlemen. Sean, can we have a preview of the hat?
I thought, this is a serious moment for me.
This is very, very serious. Look at that.
Woo! We may bring this, we may not. It all depends. You can't trust everything getting in country is the problem. And I would have to check this in with my luggage as a separate luggage piece. which makes it scary. And this short hair is a beaut, and I don't want to lose it.
That is a hat, my friend. That for everyone who's watching from kind of European shores, to which we would mostly associate this is something that would come from a fancy dress shop. Please talk about its lineage for a second, because there's some proper stuff going on with this hat.
So yes, so I live in the city. I'm not a cowboy, and I was like, well, I went to Texas. I went to go see one of my good friends down there, Larry Metter, from Cavello, and I've known him for years. And he lives right outside of Fort Worth, and we're out there hanging out. And I was like, listen, never had a hat before like this. I don't even want one, but I kind of want one. If I drink enough today, I'll buy a hat. Like, okay, so again, didn't know anything about it. Just thought they were pretty freaking cool. The day happened. All of a sudden, I'm at the hat shop. By the way, these hat shops are amazing. They are like, they have like 20 people working, waiting to serve you, to help you out with this. And this is real beaver, which I didn't know that was even a thing. I mean, I know there's beavers, but I didn't think anything about like making anything out of them. So yes. And they fit your head. They literally put you through the entire everything. I felt like a princess. Let's be honest. I felt like a princess. And then, $350 later for a hat, which again, I had no idea. But for all the work the guys did, I felt obligated. I had to buy it regardless.
Yeah, you're there now. Yeah.
And look at this beaut.
Amazing.
Now, I could have bought the brim that goes around too. That'd have been extra like $100. And I was like, yeah, you could pick all the different types. I'm like,
there's a future day of drinking involved in getting the brim, though. That could be the thing. There's the theme.
Do they have a hat store in UK? I'm coming. We'll drink and we'll go. And
we will acquire hats. Yeah, we need to. So it's hashtag get Sean in a bowler hat by the 14th. Exactly. Is what we need to get trending for that one. Let's get him down to Sloane Street, and let's get him on Savile Row, and make this happen. Everybody, I think it's got to be the challenge.
I may end up with a top hat, dude. I may end up with a top hat.
Yeah. Outside of that, coming back outside of the news of Sean's hat, of course, again for me, what I'd like to remind people of is getting that agenda. Now that I hope most people now watching this are going to be signed up for the event, given that we have sold so many tickets. It's wonderful, and the community response has been spectacular. Number one, a huge thank you to everybody for the most valuable thing that you'll ever invest is your time. We take that investment really seriously, and it's our job now to create a return on that investment for you with what you're going to learn and what you're going to take away from our time together next week. So a huge and humble thank you from me and every single person on the team for choosing to join us next week. But those community-led breakout sessions, start going through the agenda. Get the app. First of all, get a copy of the app. Details are in your confirmation email. Get the event downloaded within the app. Get signed up and start going through and bookmarking those sessions within the app that are going to make a difference to you. Know what the questions are that you need to get answered. Go and find the speakers that you think are going to have the answers for you, and start planning out your agenda. I will highlight, please, as well, our pre-day conference workshops that are happening on the Monday, not on the Sunday. Someone texted me about this week. So for clarity, when we're talking about pre-day, we're talking about during the day on the Monday. So go through and have a look through there and get signed up for those workshops. Everything from the world of hyper-automation and how you can get ahead in the world of process automation, and how we do more with less, and how we become more efficient as businesses leveraging automation and AI, through to our MSP Foundations track that takes a number of the concepts that we teach within the community, especially within our Evolve peer groups, and how we can help you get up to speed, like a Lexicon 101 session for some of the concepts and the tools and the methodologies that we use within the community. And then thirdly, even I will highlight our IT Nation Grow event. So if at some point, to quote the great Arlen Sorensen, at some point in time, every single business owner will exit and transition their business, whether you do that horizontally or vertically. And as always, he makes a point very well and very eloquently in his own Arlen way. IT Nation Grow is not about giving you the tools and tips that you now have to immediately go out and sell your business. Nothing from it. It's about helping you build the habits and the rhythm and the best practices that mean at the time you choose to do that, whether that be in 20 minutes or 20 years or sometime in between, you're going to have the knowledge to know that, do you know what? I've built the right thing here. My asset's performing the way I need it to, in order so that somebody else can see that value. So IT Nation Grow, another one of our pre-conference workshop sessions that you can find all within. If you go to edit your registration, if you've already registered and you've not got those added, fish out the email or go to theitnation.com. click the already registered button, and then you can sign into your account and you can go through and add in some of those workshops. And we look forward to seeing you there. Of course, the keynote, our opening keynote, myself, Peter Kajawa, ConnectWise CISO Patrick Beggs, and ConnectWise CEO Manny Ravello is going to be on Monday. We're kicking off at 5 p.m. So if you are coming in, if you've got some stuff to do in the office or something else to do during the day on Monday, do not miss our kickoff at 5 p.m. We will see you there. Absolutely. Can't wait to see you. Registration is going to be open from around about lunchtime, I believe. So if you are in the London area, come along, get your badge, get signed in. It's going to beat the queues later on. Grab a coffee in the hotel, work out there, and of course, attend those pre-day conference workshops.
Absolutely. And also the meetups. We have a first-timer meetup too. So you can come hang out with us there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Over north of 50% of people attending. This is their first ever IT Nation event. Looking forward to sharing all the stats of who's in the room and who's going to be at the conference for a couple of days in our opening keynote. But as we stand today, over half the people attending, it's their first ever IT Nation event. We welcome you all.
You done?
Ish. You?
I mean, I don't know. There's probably more to say. I'm sure there is, and I know we have some announcements we'll be making while we're there. So big news of us taking over Europe forever, as we should. And so, yeah, we're talking about that while we're there, which I can only say that now. Wait until we get there. However, part of your keynote, actually, and today's guest is part of your keynote, correct?
Correct.
And for people that haven't paid attention, which they should be, they noticed over the last few years, IT Nation Gives has become a bigger part of our direction as a company. So I've been very fortunate to be a big part of this with Andrea Barrow and other people involved. But when we're in North America and the States, we're doing Canines for Warrior stuff, which we're already running with that. By the way, we just picked the official name of the dog that we saved for the amount of money we made. Last year, we're able to save a dog, and that dog gets paired up with a warrior. So and then we also are able to pay for the warrior to come to the training facility with the dog and match the dog. And it's a great thing. So we'll be making the announcement on the name in the next, I don't know if she had to wait. They had to find the dog. Now we have the name. Now we have to find the dog. So once it all happens, we'll be tracking that. But now coming over to your side of the pond, we started to do more as well there because we do have the reach. We have everybody that watches this, and we look for all your help. And by the way, if you look at donations that are given, a lot of people from ConnectWise and IT Nation donate money, personal money, not just from the company. So it's a great thing to be involved in. But yeah, I'm going to stop talking for a second so I can allow you to introduce our next guest.
Absolutely. And first of all, a lot of what we're going to be doing at the conference was because of what our next guest spearheaded and ran with and was so passionate in order to bring to a wider audience. And that was really the huge benefit and the draw to us behind this, as someone who was so passionate about wanting to make an impact and make a difference and how we could help amplify the difference that she's already making. So without further ado, please welcome Senior Partner Care Manager at ConnectWise, good friend, Jessica Holmes. Jess, out you come. Good morning.
Hello. Thank you. That was very kind. Thank you.
Don't worry, he's done now. Now I'm here, Jessica. So let's talk about
all niceness will drop.
Where are you located out of, Jess?
So I'm just in Surrey. I'm about 22 miles out from kind of central London. So yeah, not too far.
Leafy Surrey.
Yep, very leafy.
So without further ado, Jess, tell us all about Angels for Animals, please.
I would love to. So I'm sure lots of people who've spoken to me in the past will know I'm quite an advocate for dog rescues, and I'm approaching my 10th year having volunteered for many different rescue organisations throughout Europe and the UK. And currently one of the charities that I'm very closely connected to is Angels for Animals. And they focus very heavily on what we would describe as pound pulling, which is pulling dogs from the UK Council Euthanasia list when their 7 days of dog wardenship are over, taking in surrenders for people in the UK who can no longer care for their own animals. And also they have really, really fantastic connections across kind of Europe, Middle East and China to help bring over dogs with special needs. And their kind of whole ethos and idea is just every dog deserves the chance to heal and thrive, and giving them those opportunities with like very, very high welfare standards, which is very nice to see. Having been in rescue for 10 years, you see some things and being able to promote a rescue that, you know, truly is about welfare is something that I'm very passionate and proud to be able to do today.
I just want to give everybody a little bit of insight into the depth. When you say you've been involved in rescues, we, of course, every year, ConnectWise gives us a number of philanthropic days that we can use in order to go out into the community and make a difference and partner up with organizations so we can take time off the day job to go and do that. Just tell everybody about some of the amazing things that you've done.
Yeah, so I use all my VTO every single year. I could do with some more. Many things I do. So I go out to Europe, I visit kill shelters, and I pull dogs out of kill shelters myself to be able to rehome them. I go and visit illegal kind of like dumping grounds where pet dogs or fresh puppies, kind of not even eyes open, are left in cardboard boxes, and kind of bring those to veterinary care, safety, get them looked after. I go and do therapy work with my own rescues. We visit 2 nursing homes a week to go visit lots of old residents that don't have any friends or family and go provide companionship to people like that with them. So yeah, I'm just very heavily involved in kind of rescue adoption. And on every Tuesday evening, I go and volunteer and help run a dog rehab and training school as well. So I'm involved end to end.
Amazing.
Well,
Amazing.
The good news is our CEO will be in the UK. You can talk to him about the PTO when he's there. I think it'd be a good conversation.
Okay, thanks, Manny.
But that is amazing, though, honestly. So, you know, you have something. You're doing something later today or tomorrow. You took PTO tomorrow and Friday.
Yeah, so I'm actually off to Crufts, which is a very, very large dog show here in the UK. You get like 160,000 people go to Crufts who are like dog fanatics. So yeah, I'm off to Crufts just because I love dogs.
That's so. Wait, when you're not helping and doing the charitable stuff, you're still going to do dog stuff, which is yeah.
And I'm going to be hitting at brands to get freebies to help give away ITN for our raffle, because I know lots of different brands at Crufts to help put a nice raffle together for people that donate next week.
I imagine some other people watching us will be thinking, I also, by the way, own the world's most useless dog at Crufts, as in he would be the one that just sort of tears around the middle and like rolls over a few times and then just slinks off to the side to go and find some food, if you know, while the rest of them are all sort of sitting down and jumping over things and doing all the clever stuff. Yeah, my dog is quantifiably useless. So if anyone else is thinking the same, hi.
No, my dog would be in her glory and not stop until she ran face first into a wall, because that's what she is, like literally. Did you ever know a dog to run and know that they're going to slide when they try to turn and hit a wall and still keep doing it? Because that's my dog. She runs down through the living room. She knows the wall is coming and she stops to turn and slides into the wall every time. And then she just looks at me confused, like she didn't know. I'm like, this happened 45 seconds ago when you did the last time. And yeah, that's my dog. Just saying, special.
Brilliant. So Jess, what are we hoping to do for Angels for Animals through IT Nation Gives? What's our goal?
Yes, so we've got a couple of goals, really. I think the most important one is collaboration. I think it's so important within our industry and also in the rescue world at the moment that there isn't enough collaboration or awareness of the troubles that everyone's going through. Obviously, it'd be amazing to be able to meet our target to fundraise for the £3,000. We've got a lot of medical bills at the moment for dogs that are currently homeless, and they need to go through some quite large operations, which obviously comes at quite an expense, and that's going to give them the opportunity to go on and live life pain-free and then hopefully be able to be adopted. We want to see if there's anyone local to our kennels. Maybe they can come and help with walking the dogs, enriching their lives in that way. Maybe there could be people there at the event that are open to help foster, because fostering dogs really helps saves lives, because once you move a dog into foster, you've got another spare space then that you can fill to help save another dog from the list. So I'd say our main goals kind of are fundraising, awareness, and seeing if people, maybe if you've not got the money to be able to donate. Everyone knows there's a huge cost of living crisis going on at the moment, which is why there are so many dogs in rescue and on strays at the moment. Maybe you've got time that you can give us, like you're giving us next week at ITN, and you're able to help walk a dog, or you're able to help foster a dog, or share social media posts and just kind of help raise awareness that way. It's kind of our ultimate goal.
Mm-hmm. Just to paint a picture, because I don't know, I'd love to learn as well. Like in the UK at the moment, what does it look like? The dog rescue and the things that you see and the things that you've been exposed through your work with volunteering. I get a horrible phrase, I guess, but how bad is it?
It's pretty bad. So I was actually at Parliament last week. So I was invited to the all-party Parliamentary Dog UK Rescue Committee meeting, where we had some of the largest and also some of the smallest rescues kind of meet for a committee meeting. And what we're seeing at the moment from 2024 is the average of number of strays has gone up by 54% in the UK. And it's more dogs than ever within our UK council pounds, unfortunately, having to be euthanized after 7 days, because there is just nowhere else for them to go because all the rescues and kennels are full. And surrender requests are up by 59% year on year, because people can either no longer afford their animal, or they've potentially gone for a breed where they didn't quite understand the needs and requirements and traits of that dog, and they're unable to meet it kind of physically and mentally, and then it can turn into some undesirable behaviours, shall we say, which would be quite natural if you were having a very unfulfilled life. So yeah, just we're seeing a huge increase of strays and surrenders, coupled with obviously having not as much donations because the cost of living, like donations have gone down, and all rescues around the board are seeing that there's a lack of engagement, and people, like, no one's looking to adopt or foster at the moment. So you're stuck in a very difficult place.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. So, I appreciate not everybody watching is a dog lover, but I don't know how I'd be terrible. I'd just come home with everybody if
if my other half would let me. We have many heated discussions. I'm like, we can just do it this time. But one of my dogs has quite a tragic past, and he would not be my friend if I brought every single dog home.
Yeah, how many dogs do you have at the moment?
2. That's currently my limit, apparently, but I'm working on it.
That's good. I like this. You said that's currently her limit.
In the room at the time, or could we,
I feel like it could be increasing in 2025, but we'll see.
We're in negotiations. We're in negotiations for 2025. We got 2
I've
now.
got a strong pipeline of dogs available.
So when inflation is real. Over there, so in the US, we have tons of different shelters, right? Some are no-kill shelters. Do you have no-kill shelters also then?
Yeah, so all shelters technically in the UK are classified as no-kill shelters, unless the animal has been through severe neglect or like medically, like nothing can be done. Obviously, then it's the best thing to do is just a dignified end. But because there's so many dogs at the moment going through the UK rescue and council kind of facilities, they only have 7 days to find a place. And after that 7 days, if there's nowhere for them to go, the only way out is unfortunately through euthanasia for them. So there's been a huge increase of just dogs unfortunately having nowhere to go apart from death, because there's nowhere else for them to go.
Sure. I wonder why the sudden increase. I mean,
post-COVID, lots of people got dogs in COVID that they are now back at work. They are untrained. There are you see a lot of different. So the 2 kind of top breeds at the moment going through rescue, unfortunately, are cockapoos, because people got the dogs maybe not aware of the characteristics. And there's a current increase, really, really sadly, of cane corsos off the back of the XL bully ban, and just like different things that have fallen out of bed because of the kind of that silly law that the UK government put in, I'll say. So yeah, and then obviously the cost of living as well. It's so expensive to insure your pet, to feed your pet. And I don't think people always necessarily realise how expensive having a dog is.
Mm-hmm. Right. Amazing though, even with, this is detailed, I do apologise if we're going a bit down a rabbit hole, but a cockapoo, for example, again, it's, obviously being a bred dog, if it's not a pedigree, but it's a bred dog, they would have cost thousands, wouldn't they? People who, because by the way, for anyone watching internationally, to give you context from some friends of ours who got a second dog, the cost of getting the same breed from the same breeder went from somewhere in the region of about £500, $750 US, to around 3,000 over the space of about 18 months, because quite simply during COVID, what did everyone do when they were at home? They decided to have a 4-legged friend in the house. And so the cost spiraled. Anyway, sorry.
unfortunately. And what we'll find is lots of breeders don't have a return to breeder in their contract, or if you try to return it to breeder, they're like, not my problem anymore. I've got my money.
Here's the thing, and I'd love to know if people, if someone listening today is thinking about getting a dog, and the idea of a rescue dog, and the principle of it was something that they'd like to support, but they're not sure where to start, other than Googling Battersea Dogs Home, which I imagine have 1,000 calls for every one call that somebody else gets in another shelter or another part of the world. How could they? In the UK at least? Excuse me. What could they do? Where are places they can go and start?
Definitely. I would say something that I always recommend people to do is speak to friends and family that have adopted, because you really want to get to know that rescue organisation. Not every rescue is built the same, just as not every breed is built the same. Like, you get very, very ethical ones on both sides of the fence, and some that maybe are just like pet pushers, and they're just trying to push pet out after pet out. So speak to friends and family. Think about what kind of support and experience you've got with dogs. Like, if a problem was to arise, like, it's just snapped at this, is that normal? Or do you feel well equipped to handle that? Or do you need a trainer or behaviorist connected to the rescue to help guide you through that step by step? Because it'd be very, very different with every rescue that you go to. And it's all about the experience and level of hand holding that you want. And you will absolutely be able to find a rescue here in the UK that matches your needs and requirements. Some people just give me the dog. I've had dogs before. Leave me to it. We'll be fine. Whereas other people are like, I'm going to need help. This is what I'm going to need. And that's where different kind of rescues and stuff are able to come in to help.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. No, thank you. Because again, it's something a lot of people would just think, well, I'll start looking for breeders and things like that. Whereas actually there are other routes that they can go that can all help as well.
Yeah. But how easy or difficult is it to rescue or adopt, rather? So over here, it's not difficult unless it's a pit bull mix.
Mm-hmm.
And then they put you through a background check and everything else. And like, every dog I've had has been a pit bull rescue, so I only do pit bulls because they're the greatest dogs. Oh my god! Everybody says they're mean.
List.
they're the best dogs. Everybody's like, they're mean. I'm like, yeah, right. This dog like licks my face. That's the most dangerous that she's doing. Like, if I'm a drowning victim, then yeah, she's dangerous because I'm gonna drown. Like, there's no, and this is the third one I've had but like they're more difficult to rescue because of the pit bull.
The breed.
Yes.
So I'd say it's so easy to be able to rescue a dog in the UK, but you do need to have patience. There's not always going to be that dog available straight away. And if you go to a breeder and they've got a dog available within weeks, like, that is a red flag, and you should be walking away from that anyway, because all good breeders will have a wait list. If they've got them ready, they're just pushing pets out. And it's the same with rescues. They will want to match you, your family, your household environment as perfectly as possible, so that dog goes into an environment where it's set up for success. So with Angels, the only requirement that we have is that applicants are over 18 years old, preferably have a garden, just because it helps with decompression time and have given the dogs a quiet space to do their business. It always helps settle them in. But there is a dog out there for everyone. I mean, if you've got children, if you've got no experience, maybe you're a bit like me, you've got loads of experience and you like the difficult cases, there is literally a dog out there for everyone. And I'd encourage everyone to look at their rescues before they go straight away to think of a breeder, because you find the most fabulous pure breed good boys and girls in rescue as well.
Yeah.
I'm like for me to rescue. I'm like, how hard is it for me to adopt and bring it back? It's like, I'm already
we actually, at Angels for Animals, we actually partner with 2 charities in the US and have rehomed to the US quite frequently. So we can talk about that next week.
Because that's what I need. Yeah. 2 dogs around the freaking wall. Oh my god.
Come back with a new hat and a new dog. Life would be great.
I know. I'll have a top hat and a new dog.
I went to London and all I got was this bowler hat and the dog. Yeah, that
will please the family.
The dog barks at me in British. It's amazing.
Well, that's different to going and having a look at Stonehenge. That's the usual story that people go back and talk about. So at least
I'm going to take the dog to Stonehenge. We're going to take pictures at Stonehenge with my top hat and the dog. Yeah. What'd you do? This is what he did on vacation. It's like the Griswolds, So yeah. So we actually put a post out the other day from on LinkedIn, actually on social, and if we want, we can pull it up real quick, because it was this we interpreted this as being like Tinder almost, right? That's what you're doing. You're trying to match, and I thought it was a great post. So
I loved it.
we're making adjustments to sizing. Let's talk about the dogs.
Yeah,
First off,
so we've got quite a few available at the moment. Rose, again, purebred, good girl. She's golden retriever, and she's just a joy. She's great. She's been available for adoption for over 8 months with no applications as a purebred golden retriever, which honestly, take that back. 2 years ago, you would have posted a golden retriever and you would have had like 50 applications. Whereas now it's like, oh, wow. This is
that because of her size and how much exercise a retriever needs? Did you think is that people are a bit more
it's just because people just aren't really that into it. Probably her age doesn't help because she's 6, so she's like creeping into that older bracket. I personally love an adult dog. I don't think I'd ever adopt a puppy because puppies are savage. They are hard work. They take all your time, and yeah, they just look like carnage.
And your skirting boards quite commonly as well.
Yeah, carpets destroyed, rugs, house, mental state gone.
Yeah.
Whereas with an adult dog, like, yes, all dog behavior is fluid and sometimes things can change when they change environments. But with an adult dog, you pretty much know what you're getting because they know themselves by then. You've obviously, when they spent so much time with you in rescue as well, you really get to know their traits. So I'm all for. I actually adopted through Angels last year a 8-year-old dog, and he was exactly what they said on the tin, plus some. He's just the most magnificent little old thing ever.
I agree with your exact position of I always rescue older dogs.
Yeah.
They know the personality now. It's not still in motion of what their personality is going to be. So you kind of know, and it's important because if you have children and are not good with kids, you don't want a dog with that doesn't like other kids, right? And it worked out well, like every time. And I prefer, and plus you don't have to get up at 5 a.m. to take them.
No puppy training.
No,
right. So good. Your carpets are safe.
Yeah, like my last puppy, I had to like follow that dog as it was like trying to go to the bathroom in the house. I'm like, no.
Yeah, it's hard work. Next one we've got here is Willow. Willow is a UK surrender. So Willow was living in a house with multiple other dogs and hadn't been walked for 12 months. So Willow was a little bit frustrated when he came in, understandably, because he's obviously a large breed, long-haired German Shepherd. He's actually from show lines as well. He's got really good breeding. And he's just a typical Shepherd. So I grew up with a German Shepherd and I just adore them. I've had a Kangol Shepherd since as well. I just love the Shepherd loyalty. They just look at you, they're ready to engage, and they're just gorgeous to look at.
Just intelligence, isn't it? They
just
are
so clever, which is why they'd probably need like a higher energy household that wants to put time into their training, maybe wants to look at dog sports, stuff like that. Just, keep them ticking over, keep them busy so they don't fall back to any kind of destructive behaviors because they're bored, which is understandable. Yeah, so Willow also has had no applications since he came into rescue, which is insane because he's gorgeous. And we've just posted some videos, if you look at the Angels Facebook this weekend, of him out walking around the town in the city. 10 out of 10, good boy, can't go wrong.
Shawnee, I could see you wandering around the fells of Exmoor with a German Shepherd. I have to say that would be that. Yeah, and the hat, by the way,
and my fur coat.
I think Willow suits the hat and the hat suits Willow. So I'm seeing a match there, by the way.
You know what? Stop trying to push the dog. This is sad. You're like, no.
And I reckon that's blaggable with Delta as a service dog on the way home. Delta, if you're listening, look the other way. Thank you.
or hey, ConnectWise, I'm expensing another seat for the dog. Dog sitting.
The dog's in Delta 1. You're not.
Me and Will are coming back together. We're going to need more space. I'm going to get to lay down in bed. We can lay down together and sleep. We're good.
Be fine. Alfie is one of our pound pullers. So he was found as a stray here in the UK. He had served his 7 days in the council pound and there was nowhere for him to go. So there's like a group of people called Pound Pullers on Facebook where they advertise dogs that when they have 24 hours left to live here in the UK. And they're like, is any rescue space available? Has anyone got any fosters? They can't go direct to adoptive home because they've not been assessed. You don't want to put anyone in a dangerous situation. So they have to go to a rescue org or kind of like an approved foster home when they've got a rescue backup. So we pulled Alfie out to save his life. He is now safe, thank God. He's actually living in a home at the moment with another German Shepherd, happy happy boy. He's just a typical sight house, full of energy. Probably would kill a rabbit if you let him, because that's what he's bred to do. But he is just, they're so cuddly, so affectionate, and he's just ready and waiting to find his forever home. Unfortunately, he did get adopted at the weekend, and he was returned within 24 hours through no fault of his own. It's just really sad when they do finally get a chance and they're returned so quickly, as if they're some sort of commodity that can just be so easily just cast back to foster. So really want to highlight him next week, because sight hounds are so easy to look after.
How big is Elfie? I can't tell from the picture.
He's a lurcher, so they're about like 18 kg. They're like smaller than a greyhound.
Mm-hmm.
But they've got quite long legs, but their bodies are teeny tiny, and they have to wear jumpers because they get really cold.
Bless him.
Nice.
Halo, I love Halo. So Halo is a very, very special girl who I've actually been trying to convince my other half that we should home. But ideally, she needs a home without males. So she's a Turkish street dog that's been brought over just due to the brutality that she's been put through. I won't go into what she's had to face because it would need a trigger warning, but her story is one of the most horrific cases of dog abuse that you could ever imagine. And she's come over here to work with behaviorists, to work with trainers. She's been in a beautiful, beautiful home where there's 2 females and another dog, and she's just absolutely thriving. She's got 3 legs. She's always had 3 legs. She loves her walks. She's just so good. She's getting much better with visiting males, but we feel like she'd be much more comfortable in a home without a male just because of the experiences that she's had. But she's just looking for a kind home to live out her days, and boy, does she deserve that. And there'll be other dogs we'll show you at the event, and we're actually hoping to bring some of our successful rescues to the event. I'm just waiting for the sign off for the paperwork from the Hilton, and then over the different days we'll have lots of our doggies joining, so everyone at the event can take some time away from MSP world stresses of your quoting to billing systems. Come and have some doggy snuggles and time, learn all about angels, and kind of help our mission of getting them out there and getting it heard.
I love that. I want to, even if I have no rough day, I'm gonna just roll with the dogs. It doesn't really matter. Deanne and I together, we're gonna spoon some dogs. That's what we're gonna do together.
Yeah, they'll be all for it. We've got, hopefully, all being well, we'll have a lot of our disabled dogs that have already got home. I'm hoping to bring my own. I was going to say child.
It was so amazing.
Like my child.
Nation Connect 24, when we had Canines for Warriors there, and just to watch people's faces. So some of the dogs people had to just keep a bit of distance from because it's still in training. By the way, for a bit of translation for anybody, dogs for former military service personnel, for a whole variety of needs about how they can be assisted in their lives, but also bringing the dogs together to, again, avoid from kill shelters, and also to help former service people in order to find what they need to fully, to live a full and wholesome life that the dog can help them with. So it's an amazing charity. But to see people's faces at an event with the dogs through, and wonderful. Just that, as you say, a couple of moments of just decompression and
everybody becomes like a child. Everybody becomes childlike when they see dogs. People that like dogs, not people that don't like dogs, are like, get this thing away from me. But people that like dogs, they become like a child. I know I do. I was like, I ran across I knew the dog forever. Like, how have you been? I ran over looking like, you know this dog? I was like, I've never seen this dog in my life. It doesn't matter. It's now my best friend. I don't care.
Way to be. So we're hoping to be able to do that as well, and we'll have people from Angels there throughout the event. I'll be between Reg Desk, so I actually start on Reg Desk 10:30 on Monday. I'll be ready to welcome you all, bring you all in, show you where the facilities are, which way to go, and then I'm going to be basically begging you to come by the Angels table to give me hard-earned cash, and if not, some time. And I've got some really cool stickers that have been produced with the dogs on, with the IT Nation logo, some limited edition ones. So come and swing by. We'll have lots of information about dogs that are available, the surgeries that we're currently trying to fund for the dogs that are currently in our care. And just be able to share the story of Angels well and truly, and show the huge impact that these dogs go on to have. And just the power of a rescue dog is pretty unmatched, to be honest.
Amazing.
I love that. Can we put that across the bottom of the screen for the website again? And also to GoFundMe. So for those watching this, obviously this is one of the things that IT Nation Gives has gotten involved with for this year for the UK. The link is below. Looking for donations. You know what? All those guys in Evolve all make good money. I know this already because they submit their numbers. So they have money to donate, and they should donate. I will be happy to come harass every single person that's at IT Nation Europe. So yes, one more thing to look forward to about the conference is Sean will harass you for money.
And me. I'll get everyone that I've seen when they've shown me when they've sold their MSPs and they've been showing me all their house renovations. I'm like, how's that new bathroom? Hey, this guy needs new ears. How are we? I just think we've got a great opportunity to kind of show what the IT Nation is all about as well. Like, we're such a great community of people that do get on like so well whenever I've been to any of these events. And it's always so kind and so like community driven. I think to be able to bring ITN gifts to the UK, we've just got to show ITN that it was worth it and actually make it worthwhile.
Absolutely. I will tell you my trick from Connect was I waited till after everybody came out of the Go Giver session. And I was like, oh, did you like that session? Yeah. Oh, here's a link. Scan this QR code so you can donate now. Be the giver.
I was going to wait till everyone's at the bar ordering their fourth drink.
Actually, honestly, absolutely. Wow.
Catch them when they're vulnerable.
Maybe we can put that on the agenda. 4 drinks.
And we'll have the founder of Angels as well up on the keynote stage on Monday, just sharing obviously some more details about everything. And just I can't really put into words how changing it will change their trajectory for this year and this spring. If we meet this target, it will just take such a relief off a UK charity. It's hard to put into words really with how difficult it is at the moment.
Yeah, amazing. And Jess, again, a huge thank you. Everybody, I can't reiterate how much Jess has spearheaded making this happen, and how she, not fight as in people didn't want her to do it, I don't mean it that way, but as in how Jess championed a cause and she made it happen and she brought it to life. And huge respect, Jess, and thank you for
thank you for that.
All that you do, because that speaks volumes about you and who you are and what you believe in and how you're committed to what you believe in, as on top of all the amazing volunteering days and trips that you do. And it's just to go out and make a difference. Thank you for.
Thank you. I promise people in Partner Care, we do actually care and we do have hearts. As much as some partners might try to fight against that. We're good people.
You're so heartless and all you care about is what's going on back there. Yeah, no, it is that, thank you for, I was so happy when you brought this to our attention to do this here.
It's an opportunity not to be missed.
Absolutely.
I agree. Just like it's an opportunity for everybody watching this to donate. That's an opportunity. Just saying. Anyway, all right, so we're about to be up the top of our time here. So,
okay.
Anything else you'd like to say, Jess?
No, I was just going to say thank you. Thanks, obviously, for everyone. And obviously, we'll see you all next week. I'll be on Reg Desk or at Angels for Animals, ready to answer all your dog questions.
Absolutely.
I feel like we should give a shot to every person that goes to Reg Desk and then ask for a donation. Take a shot of this booze. And then like, it looks like you're not ready yet to donate, so take another shot. Hold on, take another one. Dead serious. God, yeah. Dan, anything
if you
like
donate,
to say?
You get the bourbon. If you don't donate, you get them a lot. There we go.
Exactly. Are you'll have Malort, right? Are you bringing it with you?
Yeah. I think it's got to be done.
We'll create videos. Yes. Okay, good. Jess, you're going to have Malort.
That sounds wonderful.
It's a treat.
You have no idea just how wonderful it is. It really brings people together. I can tell you that right now.
Just how wonderful it is.
If there's ever a time you could, they should make the politicians all drink Malort together because that'll be the only time they're ever unified in their thought process. across the world. So, yes, with all that said, though, thank you, Jess. Seriously, this is great. And thank you for your contribution. It's amazing. Dan, as always, your hair looks great.
That hat,
I'm
my
so
friends.
excited.
I have hat envy, 100% hat envy going on right now.
It's not your fault. Everybody does. They all just look at it while I walk around, randomly in my living room. And they're looking at my window, look at that hat. But anyway, yeah, I'm so looking forward to seeing you guys in person. First trip over the pond in 22 years for me. So I'm excited. Yeah, this should be a great show next week. If there's anybody who needs anything from any of us, you can find us on LinkedIn. You can find us on anything. I mean, we're everywhere. And other than that, though, oh, yep, there you go. Don't forget, this is what we're talking about. Is literally Monday. IT Nation Connect Europe. Whew. This could be a good time. You get to watch Dan the Boy stage. Yep, absolutely. All right, with that all said, everybody, I will see you guys later. I'll see you literally in 6 days.
Thank you all.